What's up, everybody? Welcome to Turnover Warped Season 2, episode number... That's wrong! It's 17. Don't listen to the screen.
Episode number, that's wrong.
You had one job, Wax Steven. No, actually, you had about 7 jobs, Wax Steven.
Listen.
God damn it.
Listen. Hey! Whoa! There will be mature language on this.
God damn it isn't mature language.
Sure.
What? It isn't.
It depends on people's perspectives. That's
And if they live in the Bible Belt.
Yeah, if anybody's having the vapors
in the Bible.
Right now, if anybody's having the vapors and, clutching their chest right now, we apologise most sincerely, madam and or sir.
I mean, I personally don't think God would be that offended.
Oh no, I'm having a heart attack.
Pretty chill,
Nobody
dude.
said, God damn it. Ah! Sorry.
How's everybody doing? Welcome.
She perfectly just enacted my mother here.
I'm doing great.
That was a good face.
apparently I'm Simply's mum. Awesome.
And my mom was like, her jaw would be on the floor for like 10 minutes. Just, oh my God.
I would
really
love
to say something very offensive to religious people right now.
just watching Fuzzy's interactions with your mom would be like a
good.
comedy
It would be
smorgasbord.
So good.
It's like,
Just for you guys in the call, do you want to see a picture of 3-year-old me that I found recently?
Ooh, okay then.
3-year-old you?
Yeah, I'm putting this in chat.
I
Rest
bet
you don't
you
get to see it. You can't handle it.
That's a level sub tier 3 goal.
Take a look at little me.
You're
Wow.
so cute.
You've got a giant head. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
wow.
For all those brains.
Come on. It's like half face and then just the
Well,
That could be literally anyone.
Technically,
no,
Fuzzy.
That's a big head.
Technically, Fuzzy, when you are drawing a face, it's
No,
half.
okay. No, wait. Let's just no, it's out of proportion. It's huge, okay?
Because it's a baby head.
That's at least 5 or 6, okay? You're the Mekon.
No, I was 3 there.
3? Holy shit,
Yeah.
dude.
He's
Yeah,
6'4".
I
He's
was-
a giant person.
I was born 3 foot tall. No, I'm just kidding. I was born.
Your poor mother.
I was born. I was born 3 foot long. If I stretched my arms out, I was 3 foot long. It's on my birth certificate. Actually, my mother says I was the easiest birth out of her 4 children,
Were you the
and I was also the largest. I was
Christ.
almost
Okay, but
11,
She was-
11 pounds.
She
I
was
used
broken
to
in
like
by then. That was
All right, you remember that bit? You remember that bit in the
her
Minion
pelvis was a fine
All right.
paste at
All
that
right,
point.
you remember that bit in the yeah? You slither down her knicker leg onto the floor. That was just get that for me, would you, love? Just
Oh, your poor mother. Your poor mother. Did they hook up some kind of pressure system like into her mouth? Just like what are you doing? We gotta
I
get
was
this
just
kid
like-
out.
Yep. I was like, I'm being born now. I think my mom didn't even realize that she was in labor before she went to the hospital for a normal checkup. They're like, did you bring your bag? She's like, no, I'm just here for my checkup. It's like, no, you're dilated. You're in labor. She's like, oh, okay. She called my dad. He brought the bag. And then I was born. It was nice and easy. I'm a pleasure to work with.
you just
Started
slid
from my
out,
birth.
slid out like a mystery poo.
A mystery
a
poo.
mystery poo.
All right, you know one of those. All right, you know
What-
one of those ghost.
what
poos where you
kind
have a
of
poo.
detective
All right,
story
all right.
generates a
One
mystery poo?
a really shitty one.
It's the ones
no,
where you sit
know-
down and it just falls out of you
Yeah,
itself. You
yeah.
can feel it
And
like
then-
running from like all the way in your gut. You're like, stop!
But then you go to
Keeps
wipe and there's
going.
nothing there, and you look in the bowl and it's gone.
Yeah, it's like snakes
Okay, I'm
itself
fine.
round
I
the
have
bend.
way more grip on my fecal matter than that.
Yeah. And?
Mature content warning.
What does your sexuality have to do with mystery poos?
I have a very loose anus.
Right?
Peachy eats
That's got nothing to
ass.
do with being bi. That's just got to do with the fact you've got a loose anus. I'm sorry. You need to do butt
Your
kegels.
poo should not be falling out of you.
Dude, when you got a well-oiled machine, it's just it comes out in like one. It's like
Hi,
It's
Morris.
like those. It's like
Simply-
the ice cream machine. You know what I mean?
Simply, thank you so much for coming on this show. I need some kind of anchor, some kind of anchor to reality, and
I wonder what Simply
You're
dreams
my
about after
anchor.
episodes.
The mic stand, like.
I'm clinging to it for dear life. Don't you understand, woman? Look at me. I'm floating in space. I'm just ahead right now. It's I got to
Thanks,
hang on
Holly.
to something. Yeah.
Right, I need to.
I'm just
You're all dead,
entertained
Dave.
the whole time.
You're just entertained the whole time.
I'm just sitting here with like, I wouldn't want to eat anything right now, but usually with popcorn, just like, yeah, you guys.
Caramel popcorn.
Yeah, I got this.
That
I got this
brown
today at the
buttery
grocery
taste.
store. I got this today at the grocery store. Blueberry hemp ancient grain granola.
Ancient.
Mm.
Are you a hipster?
Didn't they
Whack?
have any new stuff?
I
Are
just
you a hipster?
no, but I get a lot of stuff from the organic section because the regular section scares the shit out of me.
And hemp seeds are
Here
fucking
it's
great for
different.
you.
Keep this in mind, please. In America, it is very different. Okay, you have rules and regulations for your food. We have the FDA that doesn't actually mean anything or do anything properly. We have to get organic food or else we will die.
Sounds legit. Sounds legit. Yes. Seriously though, your head is so huge. You should go.
Yeah.
Can't get over how big.
I was a very intelligent child. I was already doing math by that time.
Head cranial size has nothing to do with intelligence.
Yeah, it does. People with small heads tell you that.
That's small head propaganda.
Small head propaganda.
I have a massive head. It's definitely not child size at all.
I could palm your head like a basketball.
I have a teeny tiny head. I've got I can't wear baseball caps because they mostly just balance on my ears.
they just fall down like this.
Yeah, it's I mean, unless I have them the tiniest possible, but yeah, and even then my ears stick out and it looks awful.
I kind of want to put my biggest beanie on you and see if it just goes all the way down to the neck.
Oh, it
Becomes
will.
a scarf.
Yeah, basically, it's just it's just like a really shit balaclava. I'm
So
here
how-
to rob the bank.
So how's everybody doing? How are your weeks?
Ill, I'm dying. Sympathy, please.
Suck it up.
Sympathy Jackson
Thanks.
is when Simply is sick.
Should be my name.
Oh my god, is that taken on Twitch?
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. I really wouldn't.
Oh look, it's Bradley Woto.
It's
He
Bradley.
quit the internet. He's not actually here.
It's floating head whack today as well.
It's half
look
tea.
over there.
Everybody give
Half tea.
give
What,
a
half
give a
tea?
hello to Half Tea.
I
The
tried to
newest-
do an impression of Brad on my
the
stream
newest
today.
Brighton
I turned into
sensation.
some sort of Cockney mugger. It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Yo, half tea, yo. It's about as
How'd you do an H?
rage quit your stream. Oh shit.
What
son.
were you playing, Brad? What were you playing that did this to you? What
Who
game?
hurt you? Who hurt you, Brad?
Who hurt you?
What game thrust you into the void?
Was it They Are Billions?
Oh, is it that card game?
Oh, this,
Ooh, I like the look of that one. Slay the Spire.
Yeah,
that
Jay-
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Potato's been fucking obsessed with
God,
Yeah,
Jay
man,
won't
that
shut
looks
up
fun.
about it.
It
Yeah.
looks good. I want to play it.
He was like, hey, have you played this? No. You can stop.
Yeah. But I'm not going to play it because on Monday I'm starting my millionth playthrough of Final Fantasy VII again because I fucking love that game so much and my body just needs it. I need effects every couple years.
You're
and
such
it's
a
been,
sheep.
it's
Brad,
been
that's
2 years since I streamed it.
Brad.
so-
I can tell you what happened. Fucking Windows update. That's what happened,
Yeah.
Brad. You
About
got
right.
owned by Windows Update.
Yes.
Oh, it was a rough update.
It
but
was
kinda
rough.
Needed
It
to
was.
happen.
I spent 2 hours this morning getting my computer back into fucking shape.
Although I don't know if I've had it yet because my computer's still fine.
Well, I set up.
You know when you've had it because it's basically like reinstalling Windows. Takes half an hour maybe altogether to finish.
Do I have an update option? Let's see.
I don't know, man. It was rough. I'm not happy about it.
Right.
Everybody
don't
hates
touch
Windows
anything,
updates.
Scoticus.
It's all good.
We'll
Ejected it itself. It's
Yeah,
all
no,
good.
the best time to do it is right before the stream, so that way you're fully up to date for everything.
Oh yeah, and update OBS at the same time.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's the best.
I tried out slobs this week.
I play Russian
Streamlabs
roulette with.
OBS.
Oh yeah, it looks cool, but they don't have studio mode, and I kind of need that.
Yeah, it's
But it looks
alright.
good. I like the measuring tools.
Yeah.
There we
Like
go.
you can have your dashboard up, you can have chat. I wish though that they would let you move the fucking chat to the other side, because they put it on the right side, and I always have my chat right in the far left side
You
of
can have
monitor
it on the
two,
left. You
'cause I
can
play
move
on
it.
one. Alright, I need to figure out how to do that then. I tried clicking and dragging, but it didn't work.
Will they let
Yeah,
you
that's the
hide your
basic way to
numbers
do it.
on that yet?
I don't know.
The- Yeah, that's one
Do
of
they
the big
what?
points for people. I asked if they would let people hide their numbers on that yet. Like, I know that
Hide
some
their
people-
numbers? What numbers?
Yeah, so like for instance, if I check my dashboard right now, it'll still be hidden. Like how many
Oh,
viewers I have.
on the Twitch dashboard. But
Yeah,
they do
We're
something
talking
in
about the
slobs?
Streamlabs OBS thing. Yeah, if they let you hide it now, because I know that was one of the reasons why I wasn't doing it. Is people were like, "Oh, you still have to look at your numbers," which I'm highly against. I don't like watching my numbers when I stream.
Mhm.
Don't do it.
Interesting.
Final Fantasy VII is for losers. Brad knows. It's all about Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, both of them like Final Fantasy X.
It's 'cause it's the
Get
best one.
fucked. It's the worst
I like-
one.
I
It's
You know
a
the
like
best
pile-
thing
it.
about it? You know the best thing about
pile
it?
of wank.
The protagonist's acting.
Yeah, the
The-
voice acting is wonderful.
The worst
They
Final
didn't-
Fantasy is...
Voice acting didn't exist for Final Fantasy before that point. Come on.
No, it was supposed to be that way. I watched a video that he made, and he's like, it's supposed to be like that.
I've
The
taken
voice actor, because he
shits.
kept getting shit about it.
I have taken dumps, full-on, hardcore, raging dumps that sounded better than the voice acting for Final Fantasy X. I'm sorry, it happened. It happened.
Yeah, I can get by with it.
But not sneaky dumps.
Ghost dump.
Mystery
Yeah.
dumps. Mystery dumps. are-
Mystery ghost
Mystery
poos.
All right.
Can we do
So,
cake kegels for Uranus?
why don't we get this shit show started?
I think I'm sorry, Simply. I apologize.
Do you see cake kegels? Is that like shoving
Yeah.
cakes up
Let's
your
go
ass
ahead and
just-
start the introductions. I
No,
think
Wag, this is
very
important.
first person that needs to
Your
go. Fuzzy, why don't you introduce yourself and your character, please?
Hi, I'm Fuzzy, and I like to grind Jaffa cakes to a fine paste. I'm Fuzzy. I play Betty the Hoop, and she is awful, and she's basically going to drive everybody to insanity, which should be fun. Probably, maybe, don't know. Anyway, yes, and I'm Fuzzy though. I do a lot of things. I do some role playing, and I play quite a lot of RimWorld. And I do other RP, and it's my 2-year partner anniversary on Tuesday as well, so I'm quite hyped about that.
Hooray! Even though
Also,
it's wrong and I've
finally,
already been subbed to you
Yeah.
for 24 months.
I know it's stupid, but yeah, and what was I gonna say? Yeah, and I hit my sub goal last week, and now I'm sort of like pushing towards the next one, pushing hard.
Like a ghost poo.
Well, no, a ghost poo is effortless. You just go.
I'm trying to wait for a good transition simply, but I don't know if there will be one.
Talking of
She's literally just miming fisting right now.
I just can't make eye contact with anything on the monitor anymore.
I'm sorry, Simply.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm really not bothered. I was just telling everybody.
Talking of fisting,
Simply.
I mean, Simply does look like she's got small hands, which isn't an advantage.
God.
I'm Simply. I don't want to be here anymore.
Oh, God.
Yep.
This is what I have to deal with, Brad. This is what I have to deal with. Simply is the only reason that she agreed to do this show was just the obscene amount of money that I had to offer her to become the anchor to just keep me grounded with this group.
Yeah, that's why Wack's actually looking for another job, not for
Yeah.
any other reason, but he wants me to be on the show.
Yeah.
No, my friend's Jackson, and I am awkward, and I play video games and make art, and I'm playing Hellblade right now on my stream, which is super nice, and replaying it actually. And
Are you enjoying it?
yeah, it's really good. I played it about 70% through the first time, and then quit playing it, and I had like control issues, and then not like actually anyways, and then came back like months later and didn't remember the story, so I'm replaying it to figure it out. It's stunning. It's a beautiful game. So yeah, that's what I do. I play games and make art, and doing a lot of emotes lately, and looking
And
forward to
Critical
it.
Role art. I saw some of those.
Yeah,
Very
excited
cool.
to make more of that. So.
Are you enjoying the new characters?
Oh yeah, they're so like every one of them is so charismatic. I don't think any of them.
I have to be honest. I think I like the new season of characters much better than the first seasons.
I also think that there's a little bit of like since they had an entirety of the first season getting to know each other and how to play
Right.
with each other, that now that they've made new characters, they know how well those will balance in the crowd. So I think it's good.
It's like I know exactly the kind of character that Fuzzy's going to make every time, so I can balance the rest of the show around that.
Actually, I've been thinking. I came up with a new character idea in the shower today.
Yay, I get to kill Betty.
You don't have to kill Betty. She'll die in a horrible flaming death. I mean, don't. That'll just be a thing.
Yeah, when Betty inevitably bites it, I know what I'm going to play next.
Excellent.
You've by the way, Fuzzy, you've made me want to roll an old lady on Darkside RP. Like,
Oh, really, darling? Well, that's good. There's always room for more old women.
I just have to roll an old lady and then come find you. You have to have like a battle of the old ladies.
Grannies represent. Yes, we'll have a crone off. It'll be amazing.
I'm actually rolling an old character, a really old character for this season 3.
Oh, awesome!
What's that
Can't
like?
really do an old woman.
Oh my god!
voice,
Oh my
though.
god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm 83.
Right, you know what we have to do? We have to basically form an old
This is
people
Simply's
party in order to
intro.
fill the hall. I'm
This
sorry.
is Simply's
I don't
intro.
have
Sorry,
a lot to say.
I
My brain's
have
already like in stunned shock. So I'm-
Fuzzy can't do her own intro, so she has to hop into other people's intros to do it.
I had an idea and I started talking. I'm sorry. I'll
I would say like one day we need to do like a trade-off where everybody like introduces each other, but I'm afraid of all of y'all introducing me. Every single one of you.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, especially you, Wack. Especially.
Especially me?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
I really thought your camera was frozen, Fuzzy. I did.
No, I'm just really excited about introducing.
We'll do it next time. We're going to do it next time. Just you guys got to
You can
remind
do-
me.
You can do my outro. I'll say that. I'll just mimic what you say.
Okay. Zagonicus?
Hello, everyone. I'm Zgarkis, and I'll be playing Ilya Muromets for you today. He's a military guy, basically. Simple concept this time. I do things on Twitch, mostly streaming, sometimes some other things. If you'd like to find out more, I'm Zgarkis everywhere, so just come and ask me. I'm going to be streaming Final Fantasy 7 on Monday, and I'm so excited. That was a game that kind of defined my childhood, and one of the games that really helped me embrace gaming in general and being a nerd and all that stuff. So I'm excited. It'll be the only game only game of the story I've ever streamed twice when I do it, because I did stream it, but it was 2 years ago, and I think that's long enough. So I'm going to stream it again, but this time I'll be playing it the way I like to play it rather than just playing it for stream, which is different. So I'm excited. If you like that game, then come hang out. And if you don't like that game, come hang out anyway, because I need validation.
What kind of challenge will you be imposing upon yourself, or are you just playing it straight?
Well, last time when I streamed it, I decided not ever to use the Knights of the Round materia, since it's used for a lot of boss fights. So I did all the boss fights.
How are you going to take a bathroom break if you don't use that material?
I know, right? I wish there was like just a
How long is it? It's like 3 minutes or something, right?
It's long. It's long, and especially when you do W summon, you're like, I can make some paella.
Yeah.
While I'm waiting.
I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, I was watching my friend play it, And I was like, "This is so cool! You see this every time?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, like after the first few times, you're like, ooh, voice crack, and then it's all over from there.
Yeah, it was like Eden in 8. Do you remember? Yeah, that one was.
You always got max boost with Eden, though.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even have to. You didn't have to bash the button very hard. It's just, just Eden takes forever. Yeah, I might just go on a Final Fantasy binge because I like it.
Only Tifa run. Good luck.
Yeah.
And yes, excellent. And speaking of Tifa, our group's Tifa, Peachy.
Wait a minute. I'm not. No. I'm not taking that.
Peachy also likes fisting. See, Tifa, she punches.
Well, I'm
things.
ill today. All right, energy levels are going to be low. You have to be nice to me. I'm propped
No, we
up
don't.
by a
we
lot
don't.
of drugs. Okay, mostly heroin.
Well,
Thanks
how
for
is that
sponsoring the
different
show,
from-
Morris. Appreciate that. Now, talking of loose anuses, I will be playing. Who am I playing? Dr. Dick Icarus. He's a scientist. He likes science. He tried to destroy a man by giving him too many drugs, and he succeeded. Now he's got to deal with this asshole of a army bro. Not impressed. Not impressed with this army bro.
He's I think he's Navy actually.
Navy?
Yeah.
They're all the same. IRL. They're all the same. What else can I say that's controversial? Final Fantasy Tactics is overrated. God, that hurt to say. That really hurt to say.
I think that's Brad's favorite actually, isn't it?
I think, that's probably one of the best Final Fantasy games out there. But it's
Which
not
one?
technically one of the mainline ones, Tactics.
Oh yeah, Taxes is great.
Oh, it's so good. But it's not like one of the main ones, so it doesn't get lumped in. Speaking of getting lumped in, Whack.
Hey everybody, I'm Wax Steven. I'm the GM of Doom. I will be dragging these guys kicking and screaming through the adventure today. And I will take this opportunity to introduce Simply Jackson, because her intro got cut short. Simply is a wonderful caster whom you can visit over on the links over there that are getting pasted in the chat. What's happened? What?
She's just waiting for it. Something bad has to happen. It's Saturday.
She's a wonderful caster. Go watch her. She's a fantastic artist and variety streamer. Go check her out. Go do all the things, push the buttons and click the things and do the stuff.
It's me.
Yay! So, we should probably do some role-playing here. Because what we do here on this show, believe it or not, once we get through with all our bullshit in the beginning, we actually get to playing a space opera sci-fi role-playing campaign using the n.e.w setting or system, whatever you want to call it, from What's Old is New, which is a wonderful system created by the lovely Morris, our wonderful sponsor, and we are the official stream of the What's Old is New RPG system. If you guys want to check it out,
For some reason.
you can head on over to woinrpg.com, where there's bestiary, there's information about 3 different kind of settings for the game. OLD, which is a sort of fantasy medieval type setting that I think a lot of people are used to with most RPGs, with some very, very cool, interesting tweaks to magic and character creation. It's a very interesting system, and you should check that out. I've been doing a lot of research on it, and it's very, very cool. It is different than n.e.w. It has the same sort of basics that make it up, but there's sort of a lot of other stuff that's tacked on. n.e.w, which is currently being worked on by Morris, and n.e.w, which is the system that we're going to be playing. It's sort of sci-fi space opera type stuff. lots of cool weapons and strange creatures and all kinds of hilarity and hijinks will ensue. Last session, the players set out on a new mission and adventure, and things didn't exactly go to plan, I think. As they were traveling through space in a hopper shuttle piloted by Thick, the group kind of got to know each other a little bit better
Than they'd like.
maybe too much information, and they encountered a few obstacles in their path, namely a few strange anomalies in space, one of which cast them far, far off course. And they have now been sort of propelled approximately, I think it was 30 parsecs off course, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty friggin' far.
37, I think, was the number.
No
37?
Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah. It's kind of a desperate thing because they've brought supplies and whatnot for a shorter trip. Is it possible that they could not make it back? Is it possible that things could go further wrong? We don't know. It was a very small chance of it happening on the encounter table. I had about 500 entries for nothing to happen. And of course, they had something happen 3 times in one show, which is kind of crazy. But we'll find out what happens today as the characters are trying to see if they can kind of reverse course and possibly get back to where they encountered the anomaly in the first place. So, I think when we last left off, you guys were trying to do just that. You were going kind of in reverse, and you encountered a strange anomaly on the sensors. The sensors were kind of picking up this almost amorphous blob around the ship that was the sensor range was kind of all over the place, anywhere from 15 kilometers to 10 kilometers, and the sensors weren't able to penetrate. So Ilya took it upon himself to exit the ship just outside the airlock and throw a light stick or lipstick, depending on your perspective, to find out if something would happen. And something, in fact, did. The light stick disappeared, and Ilya returned to the ship to let them know everything that happened, and so that the group can come up with a plan. It's kind of, I think, where we left off, right? Nothing else.
No, you were shooting at something, right?
Yeah, I shot my phaser right at it.
Right. That's how we ended. I forgot. So, you shoot the phaser out into the sort of blob-like emptiness, or whatever you want to call it. And the beam extends out. You can see it extending out as far as you can see. I think anybody that's keeping an eye on it will note that the beam extends from the phaser, full range, and it just kind of fades off after a certain point. Doesn't seem to make contact with anything.
Dr. Icarus,
Yes.
what are your scans saying now?
Let me have a look.
I'd like to have a look at my scans, please.
Absolutely. Give me a logic check plus your computers. I think you're just trying to get a general kind of scan going here. An 18 on a 6d6. Okay. So, your scanners, what kind of information are you trying to determine from your scanners? What are you trying
I
to get?
want to know what changed. Like, did anything change when this thing left our sensor, or like the sensor readings that we're getting? We can't get anything past this certain range, right?
So the phaser appears to be extending to the range of the sensors, alternating in distance, almost as if, as the phaser is stationary, the end point is fluctuating in distance.
And there were no anomalous readings when the light stick left.
No.
You're saying is fluctuating? Is moving?
The bubble, if you will, is kind of amorphous around the ship. Yes.
Does it have a pattern, or is there a frequency to movement?
We've had our scanners going full tick since we got here. Can I
It doesn't appear
grab all that data together?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think it's very hard for you to do that. I'm not going to make you roll another roll. It's essentially, there doesn't seem to be a pattern.
Seems to be completely random. But it, for some reason, is around the ship. Now, something that came out of the ship and it didn't expand this bubble, so perhaps this isn't natural.
Really, you reckon? We reckon, yeah, we don't know.
Well, we can't seem to leave the bubble, but things from the ship can leave the bubble.
Well, right, why doesn't somebody tether on and go and see if they can, interact with the bubble?
Because we do not have
How many feet of rope?
Oh, definitely nowhere close. I mean, we're talking 10, 15 kilometers out from the ship.
Right, okay then.
How much rope have you got there, Betty?
About 50 feet.
Right.
You would need about 5,000 feet, Betty.
Well,
More than that.
Oh, right, yeah, I think I did it.
I've done some quick math, and
50,000.
it will take 746 rolls of gaffer tape.
Bloody hell, all right.
So Betty understands anything.
It's Betty's units of measurement. Thick's
Gaffer
units of
tapes.
measurement is Betty, and Betty's unit of measurement is gaffer tape.
At least 1,000 scarves.
Bloody hell. Right, okay then. Right. What happens if we just go backwards?
We have been.
I think the bubble is centered around us, so
Right.
it is moving as we move. Correct, Doctor?
So
Yes.
so is this right? Is this actually
Are?
Right. I'm thinking, right. So we look like we're millions of miles away from home, right? Or where we were. What if it's all an illusion?
What is an illusion?
Right, the bubble, right? What if it's just projecting like stars and things and we're actually haven't moved at all? It's just that this, what we can see is like an illusion.
But
Right.
but things are going through illusion.
Right.
You realize there are no stars within 15 kilometers of us. We would all die.
Right. But no, what I'm saying is it's projecting, because we're scanners and things. It's
We
fooling the
can't
scanners.
see anything past the bubble, Betty.
Wait, how do we scan it then?
We don't.
Right.
We can
Wait,
see the edge.
Out of character. How the fuck do we know where we are then? If we
You
can't.
can
now
see
computers.
stars.
Right. Right. So we can see the stars.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So how do we know they're actually the stars?
Should we send a signal out, a distress signal, to see if anything is outside of the bubble that could potentially tell us what they see.
Oh,
outside.
oh, maybe, right? It's all illusion by some terrifying intergalactic being, right? Who's going to appear on the ship, dressed as, like in some stupid costume, and put us through some sort of horrible tests.
Does
And be all
anybody
smug and
have
be really.
any
Betty, is this the one where you have to have sex with him until he lets us go?
Maybe.
I'm
Well, I
getting
figured-
up to here with your fanfic, Betty.
You're not fun. Well, probably wasn't fun. Wait, was that? No, I'm sure he banged the captain in one episode, didn't he?
I don't want to talk about this anymore. We could try and send a signal. I don't know who would receive it.
Betty's going to go for the
Dangerous.
radio and just like, hello.
No,
any
don't,
human
no
beings out there,
signals.
we are available for sex. Thank you, goodbye.
There is no. Do not send any signals. We don't know
Oh, right.
if there are secret around, and we are very
late,
lonely.
Do we have any probes on the ship? Do we know?
No, you definitely don't.
I'd like to scan to see if there's any secret near us.
Any secret?
Yes.
Sure.
I'd like to search for secret. Oh, secret.
So, you're trying to scan.
Because they send signals and stuff, and maybe we can pick up some of those signals or something.
Okay. Give me a biology plus logic. 26 on a 76. And, how are you breaking 7? Or how are you
No,
breaking?
it's still just rolled 6.
Okay. Okay. So you detect no other biological life signs of any kind beyond the ship.
Well,
What
there's
if they're
no
like beings of pure energy then?
a being of pure energy.
Right.
Doctor, what is your theory on the bubble? What is it? How is it made?
Well, if we took Betty's movie-type suggestion, perhaps we are courting some sort of time-space bubble. Perhaps we could be anywhere rather than where we are. Or there could be someone outside of the bubble that we can't read, projecting a bubble onto us. What else?
How do we burst the bubble? This is
Let
why
it down
we're here.
gently.
Well, you tried shooting it, correct?
Yes.
Perhaps we could detonate some sort of device on the edge of the bubble, sensor readings, and see if anything happens. It would have to be small enough not to reach us as the ship,
We got
or
Indians.
at least pass through our shields.
I think we can. I look around to Wayne. I look, well, I'm still outside the airlock. Wayne, Wayne, do you think you could set explosive to explode on edge of bubble if Doctor helps you?
Oh, I don't even need any help. That won't be hard at all. If you ask
That
me to
would
blow
be
something
big.
up, I'll blow it up damn good for you.
We need it
Yes.
big, but less than 15 kilometers. Or if it does exceed that, then the kinetic power should not be able to break our shields.
Suit up and get your gear.
Trying to make an explosion 15 kilometers wide is going to be a little bit out of our, well, any kind of a chance of happening with what we got here on this ship. Unless we blow up the ship, but I doubt y'all want to do that.
How much of
Fair.
the ship do we need?
It's not option. Please
Most of it.
suit up, get what explosives you need. We'll try this. In the meantime, Doctor, keep working on solutions.
All right, I'll get to work.
I'll come in.
Gonna have to sacrifice a few grenades. How big of an explosion you want?
As big as possible, I suppose.
Well, here's the thing. If we do it as big as possible, that's going to use all of our explosives. Do we still need them?
I mean,
Well, or you reckon, or
We're
you
now
reckon.
120 light years away from where we're supposed to be,
Right.
using said explosives.
We brought the spare fuel containers, yes?
Yes, that would put us.
How many parsecs was it? It was like 6 parsecs, maybe 7 parsecs away from the ship.
Perhaps
big
we can use one rig up with explosives to make bigger boom.
Without sacrificing all the explosives.
Yes.
Well, I might be able to rig something together that can activate the power cell.
Do you want a hand with that?
Well, sure.
Ooh, lovely.
The one.
We go with this plan, just one fuel pod we use, and we can... As many explosives as you need to make it work, Wayne.
Right.
All right. Fantastic. Let's make some magic happen, Betty.
Oh, hell yes.
While they're doing that, I want to make sure that our shields are up to scratch, just in case something goes wrong.
What is scratch? What kind of unit of measurement is that?
That's about 7.4 Bettys.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I just want to make sure that there's
blown
no faults with the shields and they're not going to suddenly fail.
Yeah, well, the only damage that the ship has kind of suffered so far was a few microfractures from the plasma storm that you guys dealt with. And Betty seemed to patch those up very well using what the ship had. I mean, to be fair, the ship could use a new paint job by now. It's got scorch marks and blast marks kind of all on the hull and whatnot, but it's held together. Go ahead and give me a. You don't have piloting.
I've got electronics. I've got engineering, computers.
You can give me an engineering. Give me engineering plus your logic. 17 on a 6d6. Okay. So you get information on the ship in regards to the various systems that got kind of affected by the plasma storm. The shields seem to be intact. The actual hull took a bit of damage. You've lost like maybe a few relays and stuff on the ship. It's stuff kind of for redundancy's sake, I think. But nothing that seems critical for maintaining the shields.
Okay. Well, as long as the shields are going to be okay, that's all I wanted to make sure.
Okay, fair enough. So, Wayne and Betty are going to work on some explosives. I think what we're going to do here is I'm going to roll for Wayne, and we're going to roll for Betty, and we'll average the results. So, what I'm going to do first, I think let's roll for Wayne. Wayne's going to be rolling for explosives, which are going to be his logic check, plus explosives, which isn't that great. I think we're going to go ahead and add some luck dice from Wayne on this one, too. We'll go ahead and give...
Wait, his explosives roll isn't very good?
No. Well, it's because he's using his logic. And
Okay, yeah.
nobody said his explosives were very safe. He just knows how to
He just likes
put them together, and he likes them. Okay. All right, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to spend 2 luck dice for Wayne. Here we go. Okay, on a 3d6 of 12. That's not too bad. And let's spend 2 luck dice. Let's see if I can figure out how to use this luck dice on this sheet. Oh, we just changed that. Okay, and then we hit luck pool. Did that roll 2? No, that rolled 1. Let's hit it again. A 4 and... Ooh, a 6 and another 4. Nice. Another 14, so that's going to equal a 26 for Wayne's explosives. He's very lucky.
Right. Okay, what do you want me to roll?
So for Betty, I think Betty... let's see. So Wayne would be like, what kind of explosive experience do you have?
Ooh, Oh well, there was there a time that he accidentally flooded the entire like lower section with sewage. That was quite explosive. We're good with wiring, all right? You handle the boom, I'll handle the making it actually go boom.
I think maybe what you can do is we got to find a way to make this power cell interact with this explosive material, this chemical.
Oh, right, I can sort that. No worry, I got wires and gaffer tape. Sorted, all you need.
Okay, whatever floats your boat, Betty.
Well, a lot of things float my boat.
Fair enough.
Right, so...
So go ahead and give me logic plus electronics. Do you have
Um,
electronics?
I don't have electronics.
Why did you suggest that you could do the wiring?
I didn't.
You did. You just
Oh,
did.
All right, fine. Engineering's close, right?
No.
All right.
Logic check.
Okay. Can
I'll give her a luck. I've got leadership. I'll give her a luck.
Okay.
She doesn't sound confident.
I was going to say as well, I'm also going to use a luck dice of my own and my toolkit, which gives me a +1, right?
Well, what kind of toolkit do you have?
I have a Ujima flip.
A
a
Gujima
red
flip?
one.
I've never heard of a Gujima flip before.
High quality toolkit.
Okay. And what kind of toolkit is it, Betty?
It's it doesn't say.
It's a kit of tools.
It just says toolkit.
It
I don't
certainly does. Hold on, let me take a look. Let's look at your sheet
Engineering
for you.
toolbox is
Yeah,
part
I'm pretty
of
sure you have an engineering toolbox. Yeah, it does, and it is very much on your sheet.
know. Oh, okay.
It does
Oh,
include
okay.
energy converters, which sound like the kind of thing you'd use in this situation.
And a hammer. Gravitic calipers, coil spanners.
Energy converter is just something that changes AC to DC.
I've been watching a lot of Top Gear lately again, and I'm just getting this picture of Jeremy Clarkson in the fucking on the engine with a hammer. Okay.
You need to loosen something.
All right. I think the engineering toolkit makes a fair point with energy converters and whatnot. Sure, why not? We'll let you roll engineering plus your logic and whatever luck dice you add to that.
Okay, right.
The luck
Engineering.
dice will allow you to bypass the 7d6, the 6d6 limit.
Right. So engineering plus logic, which is right that, and then do I add the toolkit afterwards?
Yeah,
or is that accident?
toolkit's another 1d6, and then
So, wonk.
a
And
21 on a 5d6 plus
and that's the
the
toolkit.
plus the toolkit, which is a whopping 1, 22.
And then the luck dice.
Okay, and a 6, that's exploding. Go ahead, roll that again. A 5, very nice. So that's an
And
additional
one more-
12. So she's
more
at
luck.
33 plus.
Oh, and one more luck. Oh yeah,
one
you
more
give me a
luck
luck
die.
We might
Oh,
not be
another
good, but we're
explode!
lucky.
33 plus 6 is 39, and an additional 2 is 41 from Betty.
That
Holy
might
cow.
be a record. I know Bobby
No,
got a really
Peachy's
high
got
one
it.
once.
Peachy's beating it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I
Well,
want to
so.
say Peachy got like
Yeah.
a 47 or something
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh.
But let's just say that Betty's basically just gone into the zone. She's
Betty
just
hasn't had very much like explosions.
We've got this.
Like,
There's one thing I know how to do. It's make a man explode.
You've never seen Betty actually pay attention to what she's doing before. It's weird. She's not even making dirty jokes.
She's not even talking right now. It's the
Yeah.
weirdest thing.
Everybody's like,
Technically, a lot of that came from luck dice, so probably not.
Fair enough.
just,
So,
just let
She
Betty,
just keeps knocking stuff into place. Ooh, yeah, that's a good idea, that is.
No, just let Betty have her moment. Come on, the one moment Betty was actually useful and not awful.
excellent.
We'll see after the explosion.
So, I'm going to say that this takes a while to set up. You guys probably spent about an hour at least kind of throwing together
Enjoying the
this,
silence.
yeah, kind of putting together this electronic explosion nightmare that you've kind of jury-rigged together. Is anybody trying
Betty,
to do
did
anything
you-
else?
What?
Are you phase inverting the time fuse?
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
That's brilliant.
Right? Yeah, totally. I knew that. Right. Well,
Who
what I did
made
was-
this?
Time fuse. What the
I
fuck
did.
is this
Oh,
time
I actually
fuse?
cannibalised one of my, little toys. Give me a bit of extra oomph,
That explains the ridges.
Right. Plus, right? Plus, if you turn this on, it just wobbles across the floor on its own. It's great. It's like a self-mobilizing one.
You don't want that to wobble. How many times do I have to tell you, Betty?
Oh,
We
it'll be
don't
fine.
want it to vibrate. Vibration is
right.
bad. Explosions
No.
plus vibrations are
No,
bad.
it's fine. No, it's a counter.
There's no counter. I told you,
no,
don't
not counter.
put that in.
Counterbalance, right? No,
There-
it's
No.
Right, look,
No.
Do you know?
Take
Right, are
the
you an
motor
engineer?
out. We don't
No.
need it.
No.
It doesn't help
We
anything.
do. Look,
It's literally
who's the
just
engineer,
duct
me or you?
tape to the top.
The thing is,
Like
Betty
a-
rolled the
just like an
most, so
antenna.
it definitely needs it.
Yeah. But it's just like, right, are you an engineer or am I an engineer? Just leave it, all right? It works, all right?
Sir,
Look.
Yes, Wayne.
I don't think I ever thought I'd say this in my entire life, but there appears to be a vibrator motor attached to this bomb.
Right? It's a counterweight balance.
I
It's a
am not the
gyroscopic
one that
stabilizer.
Proceeded
Right, do you
to...
want it to go into an uncontrolled spin while we're like firing it out? It stops the spin. Right, look, if you tilt it this way, see it goes.
Can I have a look at the bomb to see?
Okay,
if
we
it
settled
works?
this. Doctor, can you please?
Yes.
Thank
It
you.
stops uncontrolled spin, all right?
Sure, give me a logic check plus physics.
It's got a counterweight
Dr.
in it.
Icarus.
That's how vibrators work, right? They've just got a little
21.
counterweight that spins round and makes everything vibrate.
Betty's right.
Yes, well, actually, with the lack of
What is
gravity, this creates almost a simulation of gravity. So the timing will still actually. I don't know how to say this, but Betty's correct.
The amount of smoke Betty's emanating right now.
And the quietness on the rest of the ship.
Yeah, I just look at Wayne. Just give him a sympathetic look.
I
I
can we just get this thing off the ship?
I agree. Yeah, let's do it. Wayne, I'll help you. Let's airlock.
Right.
How? Hello?
Hello, Doctor.
How
Yes.
accurate can you be with the throwing of the explosives? To what degree?
Remember, it's self-stabilizing.
It is though.
I trust
Sorry,
Wayne.
No,
We will get it there. Wayne, are you? You take that side, and he can take the side with a stabilizer on it.
I would like to move the angles of where the sensors are scanning to where he says he's going to throw it.
We're going to go straight out the back.
I want as many sensors on that area as possible.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Should we just give it a shot? Shh.
Yes, let's do it.
Should we just we have a few people that might be a bit more inclined to throw things than us. Do we maybe want to have them do it? Maybe Sharn and Ikcha, they might be a bit better.
right. Oh,
Yes.
we've got our amazing arm action going on there.
They will be. If we want precision, we should use the correct tools, so to speak. Good idea, Wayne. Suit up, HR, Sharon. Betty, please help Sharon with her
With her-
suit.
Oh, right.
the
Here we
suit,
go. Here we
yes.
go. Right.
Yeah?
There you go. Other
Yeah.
leg. Here we go. Right.
Thank you.
Wiggle your butt. Wiggle your. Oh, keep
I
moving.
think
Oh,
she's
right,
about to
okay.
put on the helmet, and you're still holding on to it, and she just kind of like lifts you up with the helmet and just kind of.
Right. Okay. Right. Put the, oh. Can you put me down, please? Put me down.
I give Wayne.
Hey!
Put me down. Oh no!
Let's go!
No! Put me down on the floor gently. Now.
What this word mean?
Not hard.
Put down no smash.
No understand.
Right. Just let go. Just let go. No, bugger.
I'm assuming like HR is just
She's
Suddenly
already
has a
suited
suit
up,
on.
ready to go. Yeah.
it was very quick. HR.
Thank you, sir.
You are comfortable with throwing large explosive device?
I will do as ordered to perfection, sir.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Yeah, so once Sharon's ready, then okay, into the airlock with you both. Be very careful. Sharon, at all times, listen to what Lieutenant HR has to say.
Okay.
Very good.
Dunk, 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 dunk. Airlock fills up. After a few minutes, they get ready.
Yeah.
They stand ready to throw this thing. You can you hear a char on the communicator.
Very well. We are prepared to throw the device.
Okay, Doctor, your scan is ready. Doctor, hello? Dr. Icarus?
I'm sorry. I cannot get the image of that vibrator out of my head.
Yes. Your scanners are ready. You're prepared?
Yes, they've been ready for hours. It
We're
took her
gonna
at least
miss that
20 minutes to
thing.
put that suit on.
Yes.
Are we
Okay,
gonna miss that
Lieutenant
thing?
HR, when you're ready, you can throw the device.
Now, please, be careful, Sean. Do not throw me as well.
Make sure you're tethered, just to be safe.
Excellent idea, sir. Sean, you too.
Okay.
On the count of 3, we will throw the device. Not yet. Wait.
Okay.
Fortunately, we had Sharon practice her counting. This is perfect.
We're going to say some numbers now. They will come in order. And when I say that number, then we throw.
Okay.
Funny, I assumed counting was a prerequisite to joining the Marines.
When you're very... There are some exceptions.
The ability to smash so hard you can, break holes in walls, for instance.
Yeah, with one punch, Shark can make people unrecognizable. It is useful skill.
Ah, is that why Betty hasn't been sacked yet?
She has
Oh, I'm
some
gonna.
useful skills.
I can smash. Oh, we can smash.
I did try though. Anyway, good luck, Sharon.
Okay.
Yes, sir. All right, Sean. When I say that number, then we throw. Do not throw me as well.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
All right, and we're gonna get a. Does Sharn actually have throwing? No, she doesn't. Okay, it's gonna be a straight
Farewell,
up,
Mr. Wobbly.
straight up strength check from Sharn. This is gonna be a 46 plus. We're gonna add a luck die on that. A 10 on a 46, not so great.
Oh shit!
And a 2 on the luck die. And from Ichar, who also does not have throwing, we got a strength check, and we're going to say a luck die as well. 46, 11 on a 46, and another 5. Okay. So I think that Ichar is probably not prepared for how hard Sharn is kind of winding up for the throw. So Ichar is trying, no, throw it this way. What are you doing? And it just they kind of impede each other as they try and throw it as hard as they can. Sharn aiming for completely the wrong direction, and Ichar kind of trying to get it towards straight out from the back. This thing goes horribly off course and just kind of launches. Probably, if you're trying to throw it straight out, it's probably like 40 degrees off or something, like negative 40 degrees off. It's kind of bearing left.
Ooh, bugger.
Yeah.
Doctor, you may want to adjust scanners.
It's a bit late for that. I've set them all up.
Change it quick.
Perhaps one of androids can quickly change. 7H1CC, can you adjust scanners?
I'm going to be out the window with my electric binoculars.
Are they manually adjusted, Whack, or are we would?
I think that you can you can kind of calibrate them a certain way.
Does the ship have any sort of like tracking on it like that?
I think that with the weapons, absolutely, yeah, you have some kind of tracking, sure.
Okay. Instead of adjusting scanners, I will just track, and you can keep eye on the bomb with the radar.
Yes, good idea.
And your volume can go up a little bit, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
There you go.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a Thick. I think give me a logic plus your we'll say gunnery.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, on a 5d6 a 20. Very nice. Excellent. So, you start tracking this, and Dr. Icarus, using the sort of weapon tracking, you can kind of angle the sensors to follow it. The device kind of spins off course, heading out, and it takes a while, again, for this to kind of happen. You guys are waiting quite a bit of time for this to travel that far. Keeping an eye. Finally, the explosion triggers. Dr. Icarus, give me a logic plus your, I think, physics in this case.
24.
Okay. So, more strange readings from the sensors. When you pick up this explosion, there's a strange energy transfer that happens. The energy from the explosion seems to be absorbed by something. And when it is absorbed by something, you can start to see this strange kind of crystalline pattern all around the ship. It kind of looks almost like strange hexagonal crystallization in a large area
Hexagon.
around the ship.
The most sci-fi of all geometric patterns.
It's even on the mini-map. It's even on the map.
It's every map. It's on my...
Are we sure it's not the Q continuum?
Thick, did you see that on your piloting sensors there?
Oh, I saw it. That's weird.
Yes, it seems as though some non-organic shapes are forming in a crystallizational pattern along the edge of the explosion.
Ilya?
Yes, Doctor.
Now, I'll try and bring this down to your level because there are a lot of complex scientific theories going on in what I'm about to tell you, okay? So if you don't understand something, just raise your hand and we'll try and talk it through, yes?
When you're ready, Doctor.
I think before this happens, why don't we go ahead and take our first break? First break. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay tuned for more Turner Warped, Season 2, Episode number 17, as the Doctor begins to patronize a man with a gun. We'll be right back.